before. Remember when your mother said that and you were a child? You knew dessert was on the way. You can still just inhale that aroma. You can savor the taste. You remember it. It lingers on your palate like it was yesterday. It's almost enough to make the kids eat their vegetables. Eat them or find a creative way to dispose of them. My grandsons have mastered the stealth high chair drop to the family dog. How many of you like dessert? Now, I'm speaking to your taste buds, not your waistline. My mother was magic in a kitchen. Give that lady a mixing bowl and an oven, and she made Martha Stewart, Julia Child, and Betty Crocker look like bachelors trying to learn how to boil an egg. That lady was fabulous in a kitchen. Her baking was a gift to the heart, a gift of love to her family. Baking in the kitchen with Mom was the sweetest memories of my entire childhood. No one fussed at us on baking day. We had it all to ourselves. In fact, that's when I learned to sing a cappella. She taught me to sing a cappella while we were baking in the kitchen. And I still catch myself singing when I bake today. Baking dessert was such a special thing. Now, I grew up as a Kansas farm girl, so we had a big country kitchen. Come on in. There's plenty of room for all of you. It's a room bigger than this one. We have a black linoleum floor with little white flecks. There's a table, round table over in the corner, with a red and white checked oilcloth table cover. There's an island bar and about 20 feet of cabinet space. Yes! Counter space. Ideal for a baker. It was heaven. I loved baking. I went away to college, and I lived with Mom Love, my mother-in-law, my senior year. I know you've heard the mother-in-law jokes, but they don't apply to Mom. Mom was special. She was pretty, she was stylish, she loved to entertain. I loved her as much as my own mother. She was a very special lady. One day I came home from school and I could smell something baking. Yes! I kicked off my high heels, dropped my books on the counter, and headed for the oven. And I peered in very gently. You don't want whatever's in there to fall. And I looked again, gently closed the oven door. Could it be? Really? Clothespins. Mom was baking clothespins. Mom, there's clothespins baking in the oven. Yes, I know. I did the laundry today, and I hung it out on the line so it could get fresh air. And it rained. And if you don't dry the clothespins, they make dark spots on the clothes. Okay? In Mom, Love, logic, this actually makes sense. You can't put down a teenager with a sweet tooth. Hope springs eternal for them. So the next time I walked into the house and there was something baking, I thought, yes! My taste buds were tuning up. I was ready. Kicked off my high heels, dropped the books on the counter, and made a beeline for the stove. Opened the door and peered in. Gently closed the door. Score! It's pumpkin pie! Mom is baking! All right! She didn't have to tell me to keep my fork. I was ready. It had been months since I'd had a home-baked dessert. We had a nice dinner, and I took a nice little ladylike bite. Mom was so proud to serve this pumpkin pie. Mom, what ingredients did you use for the pie? Well, I had everything except allspice, and it called for that, and I didn't have it, so I just used a little bit of every spice I had. Keep your fork. The best is yet to come, but it's probably not going to be from Mom Love's oven. Betty Crocker, she was not.